There was once a pious person, Rahmatullahi Ta'ala, faced some problems, causing him to become worried. He did not inform anyone at home of what he was going through. The reason he gave for this was, I know my family does not have a solution to my problems. At this moment in time, only I am worried. And if I share these problems with my family, they will also become worried. My problems will only increase as a result. Dear Madani Channel, sharing is a good thing, but as we know that problems and issues are a part of life. To address these problems, we may have to talk to someone about it. But that person should be someone who can actually help us. To share your problems indiscriminately with everyone adversely impacts one's dignity and social standing. So be judicious. Also keep in mind that problems are resolved at their appointed time. For example, people sometimes trap their fingers in doors and their nail darkens due to blood clotting. You can try and use a number of medicines to resolve this issue, but to truly deal with this issue, you would have to wait for a few days for it to disappear. Similarly, there are many problems that eventually and with the passing of time, after all, they begin at an ordained time and likewise end at an appointed time. They can be short-term problems or long-term problems, but they will be resolved only in their own time. They will take time and will be resolved. Strategies should be used to mitigate them, but these attempts must be underpinned by the understanding that it is Allah who will alleviate your problems as per His decree. If we talk about it medically, we can say that medically speaking, doctors use a term called wait and watch. A doctor may initially not give you medicine and ask you to wait a little instead, seeking to ascertain if your problem will resolve itself without intervention. From a psychological aspect, when a problem occurs initially, you do not know what to do and how to deal with it. Out of haste, you are unable to assess it properly, and the problem could actually be small. But because of your anxiety and nervousness, it can appear insurmountable. If problems suddenly occur, attempt to restrict them to a couple of hours or a couple of days. During this time, these problems will be resolved, or you may think of an adequate remedy for them. Secondly, be judicious in who you share your problems with. Although speaking to someone may help you unload some of your mental stress, if the other person is unable to help resolve the issue, you will be unnecessarily burdening them. For example, by sharing problems with our family, which they cannot resolve or help, which will simply make them worried and exacerbate the situation. A person's wife may be completely at ease, but once you mention a problem to her, her own mental state can be negatively affected as she worries for you. This worry may even seep into the other aspects of her life and lead to adverse effects. The same applies vice versa, or in any other familial relationships. Why burden them with problems that may resolve themselves eventually? This all depends on the severity of the problems and whether benefit even arises from discussing them or not. Similarly, your business problems are also not going to get solved at home. However, if the income of the business is low and on this basis you want to discuss the expenses at home, then it makes sense to discuss it. But likewise, some problems are of a physical nature, which if is mentioned at home, it may distress the family and can create a calamity for you. As much as possible, they should not be shared at home, either unless necessary. Bringing outside problems into the home can also lead to backbiting and slander. It is my plea to all of you to be patient and thoughtful about who you discuss your problems with. May Allah Almighty have mercy on us, and may He protect us from the worries of this world and the hereafter. Ameen bijahi Nabil Ameen sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.
We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel.